Hey there, dear. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I guess asking, well, some advice. Yeah, she was talking about Neverwinter Wood. Yeah, the ranger in town. Maybe she'll provide some more details. I don't remember what his name was, but he was in Port Llast for a while. It's possible the townsfolk might know where he is. Maybe nothing, but I have a feeling it could be important. Alright, it's not much more information though. Alright.
Hey there, dear. What can I do for you?
Yeah, so Lilly just trying to catch up with Linu before she leaves with Sharwyn. Asking how she likes this adventurous lifestyle, I guess. I always wanted to be an adventurer. I have a natural curiosity about everything, and I wanted to experience the things I read in books. But I'm from Evereska, the home of philosophers, mages, scholars, and students of the mysteries. Adventurous souls are few and are often looked down upon, except one. Asking who that is. Synth La'neral was a handsome, charismatic, intelligent, adventurous archaeologist. Presumably somebody in her family. Oh, might be her husband. He was respected within Evereska and other intellectual circles in places like Waterdeep. He was considered the most eligible bachelor in Evereska. Alright, she's going to quickly bore Lilly with this. Actually, I didn't like him at first. I was reading a text on an ancient race one night in the temple library. The author was writing about his adventures seeking lost relics in exotic, dangerous locales. I slammed the book on the table, calling the author a lying, pompous fool. Another elf was sitting on a chair near me with his face in a book. He asked me what I was reading. I told him the name of the book, and he laughed. In my youthful arrogance, I went on to list the large number of errors in the author's logic. When I finished, he began to refute every point I had made. It was, I quickly discovered, Synth La'neral. When I realized the mistake I had made, I screamed and ran from the room. Despite my blundering, I must have made an impression on him, for he pursued me from that day on. Eventually, he won my heart. Lilly yawning, though only through an act that almost cost him his life. Let's not talk of such things right now, sweet Lilly. Must hunt down the cult responsible for the wailing death. Alright. She doesn't want to talk any more about it. It's just as fun with Lilly. Lilly can certainly wait to hear the tale of how the most eligible bachelor in Evereska won Linu's heart.
Hey there, dear. What can I do for you?
Alright, Lilly telling Linu to wait here, I guess at the barracks, for when she needs her, probably later. Alright. Telling her not to be long. Lilly had lost contact with both Sharwyn and Linu during the lengthy trials of both Desther, Indelayne, and Fenthick Moss, which, of course, called for the Inquisitor General to testify. The proceedings ran through Midsummer holiday and even through Shieldmeet. She'll have to wait another 4 years for a proper celebration.
I suspected you'd show up here soon. I'm glad to see I was right. So, shall we join up once more?
Alright, telling Sharwyn that they're almost ready to go. Lilly is anxious to leave, especially with that man staring at them. The swine. In the back corner, however, is a balding man with a wrinkled brow and a ponytail that she hadn't noticed last night. A merchant, she wonders, or perhaps even a purveyor of drink.
Hey, I suppose you're here to sign up, are you? I've no time for a new apprentice, however, so off you go.
Alright, sounds like he's been drinking a little bit. I think she was curious if he was a merchant or a barkeep. What's a young wit like yourself come to the guild for? The unofficial business. Wait, now I've placed you. You're one of the folk who came with the Lady Arabeth, aren't you? From Neverwinter. My apologies, lass. We get so many strangers coming through town these days, after all. Something I can do for you. Probably thinking the mind is manners, asking who he is. My name be Kendrack, head of the guild here and mayor of Port Llast. Also known as the First Captain. Wow, alright, so he's actually somebody important. Asking her name. In that case, she'll bite her lip and introduce herself. I think I recall the lady mentioning you now. She said you'd be a hero, in fact. Which makes me doubly glad you're here. I have a problem someone competent like yourself might be able to help with, and there's coin in it for you to boot. Might you be interested? Well, if there's coin, she certainly is. I received word from Waterdeep not long ago that a group of criminals escaped from the Bulwark prison. Dangerous bunch. Killers all. According to the word, the group be split up to avoid capture, but all of them in this region. That makes me nervous, it does. Each of them has a sizable bounty for their left ear, marked with the seal of the Bulwark, to prove that they be dead. That's interesting. So the bounty is on their ears, tattooed with the sign of the prison, I guess. 'Tis too dangerous a task to set me own men to it, but perhaps you might be up to the challenge. What do you think, lass? Yeah, how much are these bounties? 5 criminals, 300 gold pieces each. Well, if it's just to get an escaped criminal's ear, it sounds easy enough, tell Lilly, if she finds them. Asking how dangerous they are, though. Not all be men, in fact, but all be quite deadly. If he finds them, be careful. At least they be separated now and not all together. Yeah, certainly don't need to be brought back alive. Yeah, the seal of the prison tattooed on their ear. Easier than carrying the body. You're certainly right about that. Alright, Inquisitor General will look out for them. Alright, so the 5 of them are Zor, the Stirge. It's an interesting name. Wyvern, Delilah, and Yesgar. Alright, just gonna have to ask about all of them, at least as far as clues as where they might be. Ask him about Zor. Zor be a minotaur, so he should stick out wherever he goes. He be strong and a fierce warrior, but is a wee bit simple in the head. His many friends still in Luskan, maybe he'll be there or at least attempting to enter the city. So, should probably find him northwards, towards Luskan. Alright, ask him about the Stirge. He be a strange one. A gnome thief, it said, who believes himself to be the smartest man alive. The gnome were sighted last in the wildlands along the south road, though he could be anywhere there. Alright, so 1 north and 1 south. Ask about the Wyvern. It's an elven man, a renowned bandit who's familiar with the ways of the wood. Alright, sounds like Neverwinter wood. Skilled with the bow. Yeah, I've little doubt he'd be hidden within the Neverwinter wood. Delilah. A female halfling, known to be cruel and wicked. She'd be an assassin who comes out of Luskan. But because the city's closed, he doubts she'll be there. Last word I have of that one is, suppose spotted east of town, and then all but vanished. So 2 north, 2 east. Alright, ask you about, Yesgar. Fierce half-orc murderer. Masterminded the escape of all these criminals. Alright, sounds like the gang leader. And he's remained the most elusive. I have not a clue where he might be, though I'll not stray far. Alright. Oh no, it was 1 north, south, and 2 east, and 1 whereabouts unknown. Okay. Yeah, I don't think she's very interested in the guild. Well, he knows of any odd rumors. Yeah. Rampaging monsters and traveling bandits. Recommending that she speak with Nurak at the temple. Okay. I hear the cleric has grave worries as of late. Just might do that then. Alright, asking where... Well... Yeah, about inns in town. The Alliance Arms Inn. You know, he's the mayor. And Haljal at the Cracked Anvil for supplies. Of course, he just talked about the temple. Here we go, magical supplies. Them cloak wizards have built an enclave here. 'Tis a strange place, but Altura caters to wizardly folk. So it sounds like the many-stored cloak Mages Guild has established itself here. And Altura herself is here. Okay? We'll probably seek her out. Because we know about the Druid Grove and Neverwinter Wood. Luskan to the north. Okay. Wishing her luck. The first captain of Port Llast could stand a lesson in manners, and a little less drink. She's heard he was only an ordinary soldier who was given the position simply because the original first captain was killed in a Sahuagin invasion. Well, it's obvious. Otherwise, she wonders about the Wyvern and the Stirge, the Bulwark prison escapees, named from the Wheel of Stars. How ridiculous. If so, they're about to meet the dragon.